Everybody, FBI here, Ivan, and welcome back to Formula One Manager 23 series, or the F1 Manager 23 series, and we are back with qualifying on the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Now, I did do, as I said, practice offhand, and I did get used to qualifying as soon as I could, because of course I felt like the series would be too long if I was to do practice one. And of course, going into qualifying. With that having said, we did get into qualifying. I did manage to get the car setups at least for Yuki Tsunoda and Nick DeVries at 100%. So hopefully we'll be able to do pretty well. Now, of course, we do not have any new parts as of yet. We are developing new parts, but as of yet, no new parts have been really ready to go. So we're still waiting on new parts, and we're still trying to get our car up to spec. Our engine and our ERS, at least for Nick DeVries, is doing pretty okay. You could say the same thing for Yuki Tsunoda. But, yeah, let's go ahead and start qualifying and see where things go. We'll see what happens, how far we get. We're hoping to get into Q2, but, hey, you never know. We'll see what happens. But let's manage this qualifying and see how long it goes, how far it goes, and how we get around. But, yeah, with that being said, normal qualifying positions apply as usual. Now, of course, it doesn't really matter who we send out first, because generally we're going to get the job done either way. We generally want to get both in a hopefully decent position. But, yeah, let's just get things started. Let's get going, and let's hope that, let's hope we get some good laps. But as per usual, we're going to go ahead and set high-risk curves and driving cleaner at the start, because we don't really want Nick DeVries to do their best lap right off the bat. Same thing with Yuki Tsunoda. We don't want them to do their best lap off bar just yet, because there's no real absolute reason to. But, yeah, let's go ahead and have Nick DeVries start up his, hot lapping in the car, all warmed up and ready to go. Same thing with Yuki Tsunoda. And we'll just ride alongside with Nick DeVries right now and see how his first lap of the qualifying session goes in general. But, yeah, with that being said, there's not a whole lot of management here that we're going to be doing. Obviously, we want to just keep an eye out for powertrain temperature, because obviously powertrain temperature, if that goes too high, will be probably a little bit harder on the wear for the car. But generally, right now, things seem to be pretty okay for the most part. So, yeah, we'll just see how that goes. We'll see what happens, and we'll just see, how the laps go. It looks like Verstappen and Perez are out for their laps right now, and so are Albon and Bottas. But of course, not a lot of people are right now taking their first laps, and what I'm going to take my first lap on the game in the very beginning. Well, one, it has the less traffic, and that's going to be the less likely to really be having potential traffic jams, if you will. And it also allows both Nick DeVries and Yuki Tsunoda, in this case, to really drive in the most open and wide, if you will, spacing. So that's one of the main reasons why we, of course, allow both Nick DeVries and Yuki Tsunoda to drive such an early lap. And of course, there's a lot of time between laps and whatnot to really make it a potential chance for us to get better. But of course, Nick DeVries comes in with a first place at the beginning. Not too bad, and Yuki Tsunoda does a little better. But that doesn't really matter too much in some degree. And in others degrees it does matter, so, I accidentally zipped a little too far, but hopefully that doesn't hurt our lap time / laps and qualifying that much. But we'll just have to see how things go and what happens. But anyway, with that being said, who are you all managing right now if you are playing F1 Manager 23? Or if you played F1 Manager 22, who did you manage to get to the championship / victory level, if you would, on the game? I'm very interested in seeing where people kind of fell on to and who really was their big pick on the game going forward. And of course, with that having been said, hopefully, that means that, you learned something, or maybe you were able to get some really good lap time / good ideas of where you want to go, at least for this game, if you are playing F1 Manager 23. But, I mean, obviously, a lot of people probably already have F1 Manager 23, so I'm expecting that there's a lot of people who are way farther ahead of me than I am in this series, or maybe they've already completed the series for themselves. But at least as far as big YouTubers go, I'm sure many of the big YouTubers already completed the series for themselves. But, what you all have been thinking about this game and how you feel about F1 Manager 23 going forward. But with that being said, obviously Yuki Tsunoda ends up being 14th right now. Very good position for him. And Nick DeVries ends up in 2019. Man. Once again, Nick DeVries kind of shows that he's not exactly ready as far as we're concerned. And honestly, I'm not really sure what more we can ask of him. But unfortunately, it looks like Albon shoots us down, or one of the Hulkenberg or someone shoots us down before we get into Q2. So it doesn't look like we're going to be outside Q3 today, or Q2. We're going to be in Q2 today. But Yuki Tsunoda is showing some actual pace and some actual power, unlike Nick DeVries' teammate. So again, Nick DeVries is not performing exactly where we want him to perform and exactly where we need him to be, at least to a degree. So I'm not sure. His seat's looking kind of shaky. As I said, the Canadian Grand Prix is going to be the point where we are going to have to decide on on Nick DeVries' Nick DeVries' place. But it looks like Yuki Tsunoda did actually make it into Q2, so that's good that Yuki Tsunoda did make it into Q2. He did show some actual pace to get into Q2, but Nick DeVries, again, disappointing this season, and his show is not looking good. I mean, we're only in second race for our series, but, I mean, much like in real life. Now, no, Nick DeVries, you're not showing a lot of potential, and you're not showing us that you really could be part of the championship / be in the F1 entirely. I mean, I'm a new manager, and I know that some of you may be like, well, you should give Nick DeVries another chance or give him up to the full season. But generally, I mean, right now, he's not showing that he is out there. I mean, at times, maybe in practice, he's showing that he has pace. But, I mean, generally, I don't know. Nick DeVries just hasn't shown that he deserves to be out there, So that's the main thing that I gotta think about is Nick DeVries ready? Is he really always cracked up to be? Because obviously Yuki Tsunoda, his seat is fine. Well, I'm happy to give Yuki another few years in the car. But Nick DeVries, I mean, man, I don't know about Nick DeVries. Prepared, and maybe he deserves another chance. But even in F1 Manager 23, I'm seeing that Nick DeVries not being there. It's just like, where's the performance? And that's something that I would say you always gotta look at going forward. It's just like, where is that performance going? Where is the where is Nick DeVries going to be as far as his pace and his general overlook, if you will, to the future. Because, like I said, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, I don't know if Nick DeVries really is able to be successful in Formula One. I mean, he's just not shown, much pace. And maybe he'll get better within the next race, but like it is, he's been pretty shaky, honestly. I mean, 20th on this race, and I think he was like, 16th or 17th last time on the very first race of the season, Bahrain. So, I mean, I just don't know. But I'm not really expecting a lot out of him, honestly, and I'm not going to say that he deserves a lot of a chance, if you would, just because of the fact that it's just not showing dividends, if you will. So, who knows? I mean, Nick DeVries, not very good, up to now, and obviously up to now also not showing that he has what it takes to be out there for his position in AlphaTauri in my mind. But, I mean, like I said, Nick DeVries is the one who we're shooting to hopefully either improve or not, or get out, and if we have to make that mid-season change, I'm willing to make that mid-season change. I know that it may make it to where Liam Lawson may not perform as well, but, I'd rather get fresh talent in rather than someone like Nick DeVries who may or may not improve within the next year or two, I mean. And I think that's the main thing that I'm seeing is I really want to make sure that this team performs as well as it can. And honestly, I know that, Daniel Ricciardo was the man who was brought in for AlphaTauri in real life. But like it is, I mean, obviously I may make some changes that weren't in the real F1 season, per se. So, like I said, Canadian Grand Prix is going to be when we decide on if Nick DeVries is worth continuing to pursue, or if Nick DeVries is going to get out and we bring in someone like Liam Lawson to be our replacement for the rest of the season, and maybe even in the next 3 years, you know what I mean? So, so yeah. That's the main thing we have to consider and we have to look at. Because even if we do give Nick DeVries the car, and one of the best cars in the game, going forward, there's still no guarantee that he'll have the pace I would like to see from him, you know what I mean? And I think that's the main thing we gotta be aware of, / be looking at. But with that being said, obviously it looks like Yuki Tsunoda is not going to be making any major improvements into outside of 15. So, while I'm a little disappointed, it's not unexpected at all for Yuki Tsunoda. And I think that Yuki Tsunoda did exactly what he was expected to do, except given the condition of the car. But yeah, with that being said, that's our lineup. Yuki Tsunoda gets eliminated at 15th, and Nick DeVries starts in dead last, or bottom of the pack. So, so yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and, well, I'll leave this to you all.
Jeddah Street Circuit certainly makes the high speeds of F1 racing a thrilling affair. But even a world champion can be caught out in between the narrow walls, just as Max Verstappen found out in 2021. There are a few clouds here tonight, but the sky remains mostly clear. Will it stay this way, or will the weather throw a spanner in the works?
Well, this is certainly going to be a challenging, but no doubt exciting race here in Jeddah.
Alright, so I will meet you all on the next video with the Grand Prix of the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix, where we will mostly be focusing, of course, on Yuki Tsunoda and his race. But with that having said, I will be talking about the plan, the strategies, and whatnot going into the next race on the next video. And with that having said, if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like. And of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. By hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification, you are alerted the moment the next new video drops on this channel. And with that having said, don't forget to rejoin us or join us when the next video or part of the series drops. And I will see y'all on the next one. But thanks for watching and see y'all in the next video.